Hello everybody, my name is Staraptor. I'm so happy and excited to talk to you guys about Half-Life Alyx, developed by Valve. This is the first game that they've put out in a very long time, and it was well worth the wait because I think this is a groundbreaking milestone and achievement for gaming, and this video is basically all about why I think that. So this is available for the HTC Vive, for the Index, for the Oculus Quest, and the Oculus Rift. And this is set between the events of Half-Life 1 and Half-Life 2. You play as the character of Alyx Vance, and she is on the search for her father, who has been taken by the Combine. And it takes her through this quarantine zone, which is just very weird because we are in that state in our current society of quarantines and different things. So this story really hit home harder than any point that this thing could have been released. So let's talk about why this is such a big deal. This is a AAA game that I've been waiting for a VR headset, because up until now I feel like games have been kind of gimmicky, kind of just like an experience that are minigame-esque, and well, Vader Immortal, I thought that was an excellent game, but it was sort of a lot on rails, whereas this game, it allows you to take your time, it allows you to explore, and the amount of detail and the visuals, and I'm playing on a system that is a little bit lower on the scale for the recommended type of settings, right? I have the bare minimum the minimum recommended settings to play this game, but I was still able to come away with enjoying it quite a bit, because as soon as you put on that headset, you're in City 17, you're immersed in a game like I've never been immersed in before. I did not want to leave. And it's just everything you can interact with. I've never seen this level of interactivity in a game. Being able to pick up anything within that first 5 minutes of me playing a game, I took my darn time going around and picking up every object I could pick up. Later on in the game, you get this amazing technology called the Russells, and what they are basically called gravity gloves. So it's almost like Spider-Man, because you're just hovering, selecting an item, and flinging it back with your hand to catch these items. Anything from magazines for your pistol to resin, which is the component used to upgrade your various weapons like the shotgun or the SMG or the pistol. So that leads me to discuss about the whole process of the game. It's a very linear experience, I'm not gonna lie. It's you go from point A to point B. But the fact that there's other little paths you can take, which are very much paths that you should take, because they have lots of things to find. As I said about the magazines, ammo, this almost feels like a survival horror game in a sense where ammo is not completely plentiful. You're going to be scrounging around. That's what the game allows you to make you want to do, is going around and flipping over boxes, flipping over traffic cones, getting buckets, like, pouring out the contents, finding your resin, finding your different ammunition. And that was such a great gameplay loop that I loved, because every single item I was looking for. And the fact that these gravity gloves provide such an awesome intuitive design with my Oculus Touch controllers to be able to just fling up objects and inspect them very closely. Phenomenal stuff there. As far as the storytelling is concerned, you are communicating a lot through a headset. You are Alyx Vance. She has a headset connected to this other character that you're talking continuously through as you search for your father. And the gameplay loop is basically, okay, go from point A to point B, solve a puzzle, which stops the time and slows it down a little bit, and then you get into your action sequence, which have a variety of enemies, which I really appreciate, because throughout this game, you're going to encounter enemies that gradually get tougher, that gradually shift things up quite a bit, from the head crabs, which are fairly simple, to zombies, to creatures that are unkillable and you have to run for your life. Yes, there's lots of really cool moments in this game that push the technology of virtual reality to the absolute brink. I mean, we're doing like a horror level of a game where you're running from a character to one of those big action set pieces towards the end of the game where there's a big monstrous creature that you are trying to dodge for your life. So lots of little things like that, and the puzzles are incredible. There's an upgrade system that's pretty cool where you're finding this resin throughout the environment, again, by searching things. And you're able to upgrade your pistol, your SMG, your shotgun that way. It's very much a fully fledged AAA game from point A to point B. And I had a moment or two in this game that I want to talk about because it blurred the line between reality and technology for me. And that was the one moment where I was searching through the cabinets, as you often do in this game, and I stood up very quickly. I thought I hit my head on the cabinet in real life because that's what my character did, or, you know, the head went through the cabinet. I recoiled, screamed a little bit, realized I was in virtual reality. That moment alone was something that sold me on this game, and it sold me on the longevity of experiences in virtual reality. Being able to be so immersed into a game that you completely forget you're just in a imaginary world, right? And there was another experience where I'm looking through the environments, which are fantastic, by the way. You're in an alien-esque kind of place, and the character starts explaining the smell, and immediately I actually kind of started to feel the smell that she was describing. I started to smell that, and then I started to get nauseated a little bit. And that was, again, the detail in this game, just, you know, portraying that to me right there. So everything about this game is something I've been waiting for. It just reminds me so much of Ready Player One. You're getting into this world and you don't want to leave. You feel like you're in the story. You feel like you are the character in the story. And I don't think there can be any other praise you can give the game that could live up to this level of detail. Like, the only little drawback I have about this game is I felt like the story could have been a little bit more to hook me. I maybe was just so overwhelmed by being in virtual reality that I didn't give the story enough attention because I was just so distracted by everything around me. But that, again, says a lot about the game design. So with that said, I gotta give Half-Life Alyx a score of a 9.5 out of 10. This is an absolute achievement in gaming. Seriously, guys, if you have any means of playing Half-Life Alyx, I know there's a pretty high barrier to entry because you have to have a decent rig and then you have to have the headset to also play it. So you're looking at a minimum of about $1,500 to experience what Half-Life Alyx has to offer. Right now it is only VR, so you can't experience it any other way, and I would highly, advise against experiencing it in any other way that isn't VR, because I feel like this experience is the tip of the iceberg. From this point forward, I really hope that publishers out there, developers out there, look at this game, look at the potential that this game was able to create an experience for me that is up there with some of those milestones I've experienced with playing games for 25 years. Going back to playing Super Mario 64, going back to playing multiplayer in Halo on the Xbox for the first time, playing World of Warcraft, walking into Stormwind for the first time with hundreds of players. This experience in Half-Life Alyx was able to rival all of those experiences. And to me, that is the ultimate pinnacle of a game, when you're able to transport somebody to another place and be able to experience it in a different manner, that you're not actually using a gamepad. You're actually feeling like you are using your hands in this space. It's absolutely incredible, guys. I can't recommend this game enough, and hopefully from here on out, we'll be talking a lot more about VR games on the channel. I cannot wait. Did you guys play Half-Life Alyx? Are you looking forward to Half-Life Alyx? Let's talk about it in the comment section down below. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome. I have plenty of other content. I even have content about other VR experiences on the Oculus Quest. I have my review for Vader Immortal, a Star Wars VR experience, episodes 1, 2, and 3 on the channel right now. You can go ahead and check those out. That's going to do it for me, Star Wars. Thank you guys so much for watching, and bye-bye. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also included 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me, and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram @StarRaptor.